We are having a blast here already on this lovely semi-sunny Saturday afternoon here in Michigan. Just gonna double check. Yep, we are good. I have the sound turned way down, but at least I can see what's going on. All right. I hope everybody is having an awesome day today. It's been a very interesting week to say the least. Still somewhat on the mend from whatever it is that has been going around. Um, what's really helped in the last couple of days is I couldn't find my nebulizer. I found my nebulizer and have been using it the last couple of days. It's made a huge difference in my being able to breathe. So I have two apparatus, one that I can put the mask over my face, and then the other one is just for my mouth. So I can, choose whether it's going to be my sinuses or my lungs. It keeps reminding me a lot of when I was a kid. I got bronchitis quite a bit. So whatever you can do to keep yourselves healthy, you can check out some of the things that I post on my Facebook page. I don't really follow anybody because I think there are a lot of people that are coming up with some really good, helpful tips. Some disclosure is being broadcast out there finally, not just about the recent shenanigans in 2020, but also some of the other things that I have been practicing are now coming out and being touted as the way to live your life and live a healthier life. So it's hopefully I'm not going to get scorned as much anymore. Um, one of those good things that have been demonized is salt. So my doctor has actually prescribed me salt, a specific type of salt. So not the table salt. So I'm going to take a wee sip of my water. And we're going to get to it here. I actually got a little something given to me last night. I ended up doing a reading. I haven't posted it yet. I'll probably put it up on Rumble after I'm done with this. But I did get a little bit of a something. Did I get this? Oh yeah, I got it last night. Hmm. So a lot of people, there's going to be some really bizarre stuff that maybe people who are still watching mass media are now slowly filtering over into this, alternative media, which you also have to be careful there as well. But this did come about 7:36 p.m. February 21st. So that was yesterday for me. It says, don't let fear drive your life. If fear is driving your life, it's the biggest hindrance that you can encounter. Fear is the shackle that prevents you from taking the strides that are needed to be taken. Fear is what prevents you, and I think me as well, from making the connections that need to be made and to take the next step without hindrance. We need to be challenged as people, and this is an important time to go outside of our comfort zones. This is something that we all need to do. It doesn't mean that we take unnecessary risks, but it does mean that we're not necessarily going to be comfortable with what we feel like we might be about to experience. The important aspect of if you feel or if we feel like we're being challenged is to not stay too guarded. It's almost like you have to view it as a third person, whatever it is that's going on. Safety, of course, is very important, but we do need to remain and need to say that we remain open to the possibility of injury, and that doesn't necessarily mean physical injury. And it's not an injury per se, it's also feeling hurt. Uh, I can't find my safety, of course, is important. Okay, so whether it's emotional and outside of emotional, we need to be very careful about where we're going to expose ourselves to something that might be physically hampering. So we want to try to avoid that. We want to try to avoid exposing ourselves to something that's physically damaging, something that's not going to help us or anybody else. So most important thing for us to do is to remain open to the possibility of having to take evasive action. I'm not sure what this is asked to do with what's coming, but it feels like it's a very slow and maybe a very narrow aspect of a population that might think it's okay for us to experience something that might be physically able to hurt them. That's not the case. If it's something that's going to physically hurt you and you see it coming, avoid it. I mean, come on, let's kind of keep real here. So we do not need to experience something that is physically damaging to us. We need to experience something. We do not need to experience something necessarily that's emotionally damaging. If we see something coming and we do nothing, then we are going to experience that. If you see it coming and you do something about it, you're possibly going to evade that or reduce the impact. And it's something that we can be rest assured we will learn from, right? Whether you are able to fully evade something or not. So we're all definitely going to learn from all aspects of what it is that's coming at us, whether it's in relationships or money or our physical health. I mean, that's definitely going to be a challenge, I think, for most of us. So I think we can probably get to, there were a lot of cards that came flying out. If you want to see that process that I go to, I recorded it separately. There's not going to be any sound. I don't know if I'm even going to, I'll probably put like music to it or something. But yeah. So I'm going to switch over to the other camera. This around. There we go. And the sound is going to be a little bit different only because the microphone has been shifted around and there's a wall right there. But anyway, there were a lot of cards that came out this earlier today. So let's get to it. Actually, I need to do it this way because I tried to get it. So because I do this with my eyes shut most of the time, other than like picking the decks up, my eyes are typically shut, and I go in for me, it's a clockwise direction. So there is a new beginning. And we got, it's going to be something that's going to manifest physically, I think. There's going to be a lot going on, maybe that we don't necessarily see right away. I don't know, it's like under the radar stuff. People that are watching out for certain things, that's gonna come up. You're gonna be able to see that. You know what I mean? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Oh my, yes. So it is going to be a significant change. So we're going to be, it's like a blessing in disguise. Shedding of our skin, right? Metamorphosis, a big change. Big change. I'll scoot this guy over here. I mean, that's like one right after the other, right? All right, and another, look at this, another, and it's done in loving care. This is like a hand of God type thing. There are things beyond our knowledge and our scope of understanding, very possibly for many of us. If we do know and we do see, and there are others who are struggling with what's going to be happening in their particular realm, it's our job, for those of us who see things, to be kind and help others with those adjustments. But yeah, that's two aces, y'all. That's two aces. We're going to have to look at this with a youthful heart. There are going to be, yeah, there's going to be some trickery. It's almost like trickery, you know, illusions. So we're going to have to use our discernment to determine what's going to be worthy of our attention, what we're going to want to pay attention to manifest it, because some of the things that we might be giving attention to shouldn't have attention be given to them. And by giving attention to something, we're gonna help that manifest. We're gonna have to look to others. This is about a contract. This is not necessarily about it is an intimate relationship, but it's not necessarily a physically intimate. It might be something that it feels more like, I haven't found the right word for it, but I think a lot of people relate to it as something like the divine. That's kind of what I'm getting off of that. But we're not going to be, we're going to see this, and we're going to have to ask for maybe guidance, right? There's going to be some conflict. And we're going to have to stand our ground, and we're not, again, we are going to be aware of it. We're just going to have to like shift our position. That's 7 of Wands there, that we're going to have to like shift our position and make sure we're poised for this. So we got a page here, and we got a page here as well. So this is a page of cups. So it's almost like, feels like that needs to go there, but look at this. It's like page of pentacles. So this is going to be something that's going to tug on our heartstrings, possibly. So I don't know if it's going to have anything to do with littles. I think there's going to be more revelations about that. You know, the danger is that we're going to become calloused. Don't get calloused. Remain heart-centered. Oh, golly gosh. I need like some Post-its or something. I'm going to have to kind of like, all right, strategically place my fingers. So yeah, she takes 2 fingers. Wow. So again, we've gotten the Lovers twice. All right, major arcanas here, y'all. Yeah, these guys are naked. But yeah, so that's a vulnerability, and it's almost like we're not going to feel like we have control over it, but we do. We have control over ourselves and how we are perceiving what's going on. So this is both, these are both the Lovers cards. And you know, that to me speaks volumes. Look, we're getting a lot of doubles here. If you want to see how I pull the cards, you're going to probably have to go over to Rumble. It's a little bit longer. And there was a lot that came out of this deck. So 2 of Wands, it's time, it's decision-making time. It's decision-making time. We're going to continue to experience this if we don't make a decision and start moving. And we're going to have to start drawing on our strengths. Because the Five of Pentacles, it's like, stop focusing on what you cannot control. Start focusing on the things that you can. She's going to be very helpful. And if you have trouble making those decisions, you're going to have to probably not necessarily separate yourself, but you're going to have some me time, because this lady's very much tapped into herself emotionally. Don't get too buried in that. But if you're having these kinds of struggles or challenges, you know, this is very possibly, because this is worrying about money. This is worrying about action and inaction. This is worrying about what other people are thinking. And this is about being very much tapped into your emotional self. That Three of Swords now. This is almost like don't make assumptions. You know, it's almost like you know, this is kind of like, to me, is like a woe is me sort of thing. But this is, I'm going to pull these out of the way. This is like a, he's ready to go. These guys are trying to make the decision, but you're ready to go. When you feel like this is you, that you've achieved that, go for it. You know, and don't let, it's almost like a history thing here. Don't dwell on the history. This is the victory. So this is getting ready to do it, and you're ready to do it, and you're taking the step. This is the result. This is the celebration, and you're celebrating yourself. This is going from here to here. Wow. And we're going to have good company. It's like, wow. I don't even know if I can explain that. So it's multidimensional. There are a lot of the things that are happening and the struggles we're having is affecting other realms outside of this place we call Earth. And this is the kind of support that we have, though. We have support outside of ourselves. Yeah, yeah, wow. So she and he are getting connected. It's that heart-centered self and that interdimensional connection is, it's communicating. And this is where this is a benefit. This is to identify what we don't need to be doing and connecting these. This is like, it's like this was needed. It's like with that word we got earlier. This is needed for us to realize these other steps that need to be taken. And I know that the traditional Two of Pentacles, it's the guy standing there and he's kind of trying to balance things out. And some people look at it as indecision. I don't. I'm feeling like this is, look at how balanced that is. We have balanced, when we have this balance that we're achieving, it's not stagnant. It's something that's going to be in perpetual motion, that we're not going to be able to like put it down. You know, it's like those spinning plates. So the challenge is not to get into that place of worry. We're going to be able to leave worry behind. Worry is going to be a thing in the history. These are all very interesting. Because the five of swords, again, it's like an internal action. So this is not coming from outside. This is coming from inside. So just like the Five of Pentacles, it's like an external thing. This is like behind us, beneath us. This is also feeling like it's in the past. These cards too. Holy crap. And we're also, look at this, King of Wands. So now we have this a balance again. We have more balance. We have not only a command of our heart, but we have both the divine feminine and masculine for the taking action and managing what's going to be coming in towards us. Wow. So it's the Magician. So the Magician has all of the control of and has mastered the different elements of being who he is. This Magician. And don't assign this just because I said he, because I'm looking at it's definitely a masculine figure. People get hypersensitive about that kind of stuff now. But you're just going to have to get over it, because this is not about male, female. This is about action as and heart-centeredness and getting that balance. This character is balanced and has command over all of the elements. That fiery action, that command of heart, and you know, it's the thoughts that can hinder us, and the words that can hinder us, and also has command over this 3D realm, this earthly realm. So he's very much in command of all of the elements. All right, so the seven of swords, right? The Seven of Wands. This is a representation of the Seven of Swords. This is Seven of Air, so it's swords are thoughts and words, and in this particular deck, they're related to feathers. So it looks like it's benign in this particular case, and it's something that we've mastered. Again, it comes right after this. And again, it meant what I said, right? So here's the Two of Pentacles. Here's this balance again, right? Two of Pentacles right here. So she's balancing and she's weighing out, and sometimes one is lifted above the other. So when it is lifted one above the other, that means you need more of one and less of another. And that's shifting. You know, some days you need more water than you do on other days. Hey, Nine of Wands, Nine of Fire. And this lady is very much in command of the fire that is coming from within and from without. I mean, she's even got a little smile on her face. So this is like a command. We are in command here, has control here, pleasantry and balance through here. So, and we had a nine of swords somewhere else here. Nine of, or wands rather, not swords. But nine of fire, 9 of wands. There we go. You know, meant what I said. So it's like reinforcing itself. All right, getting down. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. So this to me is speaking like meditation. And if you struggle to sit in a room for 5 minutes with the lights off, no phones, just sit 5 minutes, that is, just do it. I mean, 5 minutes. It's going to help you clear things out. If you can go longer, that's great. But consciousness, bringing our consciousness to our origin, which that's what you'd be able to do. That's the place where everything in creation begins. And it helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. And that's where conception begins, is in the stillness and in the quiet. And that's how we get a help. This is how we get help. We're going to receive that leg up, as this says, through this type of activity, is inactivity. Oh my gosh. All right. So we have the 2 of earth, or pentacles, and we have the 2 of pentacles. So remaining balanced. Look at this. Balance. Let's remember to stay balanced. Remember all the tools that we have mastered. Oh my gosh. Be still, be quiet, and listen. You'll get that leg up. You will be conceiving, giving birth to, because that's the conception, is just the conception. That's the beginning point. That's the fertile time. And it takes time to grow it. And then after that comes the birth and manifestation, commanding all of the elements. Alrighty, I am going to scooch back and wrap this up for everybody. All right, I gotta scooch around here. Hopefully this is gonna work here. And there we go. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I am super happy that if you are able to like, share, subscribe, send me an email. If you can't comment, you're not comfortable commenting on publicly, that's fine. I don't blame you. Do not call the phone number on my website. I have removed that. So please do continue to send like emails, or the quicker I get quicker notifications actually on Rumble and YouTube when I get sent a comment. I think Rumble's actually been a little bit more efficient at this point, but I am going to stop the live stream on YouTube, and I thank everybody again. Like, share, subscribe again, and everybody have a great week.